Airlines are holding people in hot planes until they almost die. Kids are being held in hot jail cells, and Trump is still roaming free. But not for long. Stay tuned for the headlines. Hi, everybody. Julianna Forlano here. This is the Political Voices Network, and these are the headlines. Passengers aboard a Las Vegas flight that sat on the tarmac for hours in up to 115-degree heat had to literally pass out before Delta Airlines let them out. At least 5 passengers were passed out, and according to reports, they had soiled themselves. So they're far gone when you pass out and soil yourself. That all had to happen before the plane could return to the gate. Even some of the flight attendants who were reportedly running back and forth to bring people oxygen and cold water and whatever, they themselves got overcome by the heat and fell ill, which, all that running back and forth, and of course, all those hot polyester costumes they have to wear, they must have been broiling. When are we going to see people and businesses start to live in the actual world we live in today? The hot one, where you can't just line up planes anymore on a hot tarmac and wait, for the 10 ahead of you to take off. And the airlines, how can you not have AC? I'm not an aeronautical engineer, so I don't know if it's impossible to cool a plane on an overheated tarmac, or if perhaps it's just expensive and airlines don't want to spring for it. I don't know. But if it's possible to fly, then I think it's probably possible to keep people cool too. Heat exhaustion is no joke. I've had it. And once you have it one time, you're more prone to getting it again and again, and even worse. Not to mention heat stroke. Well, although they're not officially a real stroke, it affects the brain like in a stroke and can even destroy some brain cells, which is not what we need for people here in America. And in related news, a United CEO is now apologizing for flying on a private jet while the airline delayed and canceled thousands of flights. So that's where we are in America. In other news, people of conscience are working hard for humanity, which is nice to see. For example, the ACLU filed an emergency plea in federal court this week asking that the children who are incarcerated at the notorious Angola prison in Louisiana, asking those children be transferred instead of kept where they are, which is locked in windowless cells without air conditioning in the former death row area, while the heat index inside the prison topped 130 degrees. 140 degrees is what you keep your oven on if you want to keep food piping hot for more than 15 minutes. Okay. I know that story started good with people helping. That's why I wrote it that way on purpose, so that your stomachs would not turn as hard as mine did when I heard about this. And then it, of course, ended with the trauma of what's happened. So I wanted to focus on the people who are actually doing something good, the ACLU. In addition to the brave and principled DAs and prosecutors who are diligently working in the U.S. to, say, metaphorically remove the orange head from the orange hydra and the rest of the heads, other people are still fighting for humanity in other ways, which is great. And speaking of the orange head of the MAGA hydra, the latest info on what's going on in the Trump case, the one out of DC at least, there are so many, it's hard to keep track. But anyway, the latest info suggests that some of the charges Trump might be facing in DC are for trying to stop Biden's confirmation. That would be obstructing an official proceeding. That is a maximum of a 20-year sentence. The other things are conspiring to defraud the government, like he conspires to defraud everyone else. That's a 5-year per conspiracy, for which Trump would be like 60 lifetimes worth. Also, making false statements is being thrown at him, likely being thrown at him, which come at a price of 5 years a pop. Oh boy, he is going away. Another charge is possible wire and mail fraud. That'll get him 20 years, and he's in trouble for defrauding his own supporters, asking for money for a legal defense fund and then spending it on Trump's hotels. And his supporters still don't care because MAGA. That's why they don't care. So anyway, the rest of us, we will wait. All right, yesterday on the newscast, I casually mentioned that a certain Fox News host and supporter of the merger between corporation and state, aka a fascist, was indeed a Nazi. I got some pushback in the comments section saying, here's the quote: Waters is a complete asterisk AZI. You can't put Nazi in the comments, otherwise YouTube will think that you're see, I don't know. But anyway, here's the quote. Waters is a complete Nazi? What? There are so few real Nazis in this country. How is Waters one? Well, I hate to break it to you, but we do in fact have a bunch of fascists in this country, and a lot of them are in power. For example, just today, did you see these reports that Republican Governor Greg Abbott ordered officials whose job it is to pick up asylum seekers at the southern border to actually push small children and nursing babies back into the Rio Grande River when they attempt to cross it? He ordered that agents deny water to migrants even in the searing heat. I am not making this up. And there have been deaths of children and mommies and others. This is in the Houston Chronicle. This is not a joke. Now, an empathetic and brave and no doubt aghast Texas Public Safety Department agent wrote an email calling for a policy change, and the Houston Chronicle got a hold of it, published it, and now we know what's going on. This is insane and inhumane. Now, Greg Abbott, well, to the commenter, have you ever heard the saying, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, then it's probably a duck? Thanks for watching. This is the Political Voices Network. Leave a comment below, and don't forget that tomorrow, the Julianna Forlano Show 1 hour long podcast is going to be coming out. It's our first episode. I'll be interviewing David Nyward about where we're at with white supremacy in this country and where we might be going. It's exciting. I've already done the interview. I think you're going to love it. So find the Julianna Forlano Show here on Political Voices Network YouTube, or where any of fine podcasts are found. We're on all the spots. You can go there right now. You can subscribe. I appreciate it if you do. And then you'll get updates, of course, like like they do with podcasts. So you can listen to all the episodes. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you then. Hi, everybody. Julianna Forlano here for the Political Voices Network. We hope you're enjoying Political Voices and all the content we provide on the daily. Now, there are a few new programs in the wings that are going to launch just in time for election season. If you're able and would like to help us continue bringing you all this content, please help support us by clicking the join button. We're going to have some perks for members, including early video release. You get the information first. Members only chat rooms, live shows, member badges, all the good stuff and more, all coming soon. So click that join button if you can to support us. And rest assured, we will continue to bring you all the great content you have known from the Political Voices Network and more. Thanks so much. See you soon.